What is up, everybody? You're checking out the Uncensored Wrestling Podcast, what the world is listening to. I'm your host of the Hot Commodity ENC, and we are jumping into our time machine to check out the Attitude Years series recap. We have finally made it to WWE Survivor Series Deadly Game 1998, live in St. Louis, Missouri. Before we get there, we're going to do our normal pop culture, music, and movie information here for the month of November 1998. It was a decent month, and let's cover the songs. Start off. I gotta get my little information here, my little list. So, number 10 song is I'll Be. Number 9 is This Kiss. 8 is Crush. 7 is How Deep Is Your Love by Drew Hill. 6, instead of 7, 6 is 1 Week by Bare Naked Ladies. 5 is Nobody's Supposed to Be Here, Deborah Cox. 4 is The First Night by Monica. 3 is Because of You by 98 Degrees. 2 is Lately by Divine. And number 1 is Doo Wop, That Thing by Lauryn Hill. All great songs. I remember them all. Those are the top songs of November. Here are the top grossing movies of November 98. Number 10 is Vampires. 9 is Ants. 8, Pleasantville. 7, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. 6, Meet Joe Black. 7, The Siege. 5, Enemy of the State. So that was 4. 3, A Bug's Life. 2, Regrets the Movie. And 1, The Waterboy. So November was had a great list from movies and music. Let's now talk about the actual event itself. To start the Survivor Series, Vince McMahon, the Big Boss Man, the Stooges come out. Vince says, I guarantee you this will be a Survivor Series you will never forget. This individual is looking to take a small leap for man, but giant leap for mankind. Mankind comes out, he hugs Vince, and Vince looks disgusted. Vince introduces the opponent who made the jump from WCW to WWE, and he called out Dwayne Gill. So Dwayne Gill makes fun of Goldberg, and obviously this is going to be an easy opponent for Mankind. He beats Dwayne Gill with a double arm DDT and gets a 3 count, and Mankind easily advances in the tournament. Next, we have another first round match: Jeff Jarrett with Deborah taking on Al Snow with Ed. And these have been going back and forth the past couple of weeks of Deborah getting involved. The end comes when Deborah has Head. Al Snow grabs a guitar, misses. Jarrett hits Al Snow with Head, but then Al hits him with Head himself, and then Al ends up getting the victory and advances. Al outsmarting Jeff Jarrett here at Survivor Series. Next, we have Stone Cold Steve Austin taking on the Big Boss Man in a first round match. The end comes quickly after the Big Boss Man attacks Stone Cold Steve Austin with his nightstick many times, allowing Austin to get the DQ victory. After Austin continues to attack Stone Cold with a nightstick many times, and it looks like Austin might be down and out for the count. We then have another first round match: the European Champion X-Pac taking on the Real Man's Man, Steven Regal. These two brawl. X-Pac hits a Bronco Buster. They fight to the outside, and they both get a double count out until they are separated, and it doesn't look like this is it for these two. Vince is pissed backstage that Stone Cold got a bye to the next round. We get another first round match: Intercontinental Champion Ken Shamrock taking on Goldust. This is a decent match between the two. It's pretty quick. Shamrock gets the end after an ankle lock, and Goldust taps out. Next, the Stooges tell The Rock that his match against Triple H is changed because Triple H is injured, and Vince has found a replacement, and the replacement is the Big Boss Man. And The Rock quickly rolls up the Big Boss Man to get the win, outsmarting Vince and moving on. Big Boss Man has not made Vince happy tonight at Survivor Series. We get our first quarterfinal match of the night: The Undertaker with Paul Bearer taking on his brother Kane. A lot of action between these two. Paul Bearer gets on the apron. Undertaker hits Kane with a tombstone, and Paul Bearer holds Kane's foot so the Undertaker can advance and move on, adding more fuel to the rivalry between the Undertaker and Kane. But Undertaker gets the win here. Our next quarterfinal match: Al Snow versus Mankind. A decent match here between these two. The end comes after a double arm DDT and a mandible claw by Mankind, and Al Snow loses. Mankind advances. We have another match, a quarterfinal: the Intercontinental Champion Ken Shamrock taking on The Rock. These two have fought pretty much a lot of 1998. Ken Shamrock hits Uh, well, the big boss man runs out, and Ken Shamrock hits a belly to belly to the Rock. Bossman tosses the nightstick, but the Rock catches it and hits Ken Shamrock with the nightstick and gets a 3 count. The Rock moves on. Michael Cole talks to Paul Bearer. Paul Bearer says Undertaker likes Grant that he carves his names on, and that Taker is going to move on and advances, what Paul Bearer says. We have our first singles match that isn't in the tournament. The WWE Women's title on the line. Sable taking on the Women's Champion Jacqueline with Marvelous Mark Barrow. Not a lot of action here. Sable backdrops Jacqueline and hits a Sable bomb and gets a 3 count. Sable becomes a new WWE Women's Champion, ending her rivalry with Jacqueline tonight. We get our semifinal match: Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Mankind. Remember, Vince has his eyes on Mankind. This is a good match, a lot of action. Mankind nails 2 stunners. Mankind hits a clothesline. Gerald Briscoe hits Stone Cold Steve Austin with a chair shot, and Mankind pins Stone Cold, and Mankind advances. Stone Cold Steve Austin walks backstage, and Vince's limo leaves the arena. Austin takes a car and chases the limo out, so Stone Cold is not at the arena. He's been screwed by Vince McMahon again. We have our next semifinal match: The Undertaker with Paul Bearer taking on The Rock. The winner will take on Mankind in the finals. And the end comes when the big boss man comes out, but The Undertaker hits him. Undertaker grabs The Rock's neck and tosses him to Kane, who hits a chokeslam to The Rock. And the Rock gets a DQ victory because Kane chokeslams The Rock. Undertaker and Kane fight in the arena, and these two are still not done. We have the tag titles on the line in a triple threat match. The champions, the New Age Outlaws, defending against the Headbangers and the team of D'Lo Brown and Mark Henry. Decent triple threat match, a lot of action, but the end comes after Billy hits Mosh with a pile driver, and they retain the tag titles. And the match everyone came to see, the main event, the WWE Championship on the line. The Rock taking on Mankind. Vince tells the big boss man to leave, and that he and Shane want to handle Stone Cold Steve Austin tonight. During the match earlier 2 week with Shane, Shane turns on Stone Cold Steve Austin, gives him the middle finger, so we know that Shane is working with Vince. That was a huge shock to everybody in that match. A lot of action here between The Rock and Mankind. Rock hits a rock bottom, gets a 2 count. Rock gives the people's elbow to Vince McMahon. The sharpshooter is applied. Or, I'm sorry. Rock hits a rock bottom to Mankind, gets 2 count. Rock gives the people's eyebrow to Vince. Rock applies the sharpshooter, and Vince tells the ref to ring the bell. And just like Survivor Series 1997, Vince has screwed someone out of the WWE title. Vince, The Rock, and Shane all hug. Vince says, I know you can't believe your eyes, but seeing is believing. The people screw the people. You can also believe that you're all pathetic and gullible as Mankind. I like to state on behalf of the McMahon family, we were proud that Stone Cold Steve Austin is totally screwed in this ring. If there is one man who has more contempt for Stone Cold Steve Austin, who detests all of you, Shane, the Academy Award performance goes to you. Shane says, I'm just like you, Dad. Rock says, Vince, like last Sunday, I said I'd rather be the people's ass tonight. It's time for you trailer trash to kiss the rocks. Mankind says, I don't understand what's going on around here. Vince says, get this. The Rock attacks Mankind, hits the Rock bottom. Vince puts the title on The Rock. Shane says McMahon's family is proud to present the new champion, The Rock. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out, smiles from the stage. Rock stomps on Stone Cold in the ring, but Austin takes control, hits a stunner, and tosses The Rock to the outside. Austin tosses the title to The Rock and nails a stunner to Mankind. So the McMahon family has gotten revenge on Austin, but Austin's the last man standing. I'm so excited for Raw is War. In Your House Buried Live is next, and then we're in 1999. Stay safe and stay uncensored. A huge night here.